What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're taking a look at Madden 24 here on handheld PCs with the Steam Deck and the ROG Ally, but unfortunately what I wanted to be a test video for all three of these wound up pretty much only being a test video for the ROG Ally. So let's go ahead and get into it here and check out what's going on with Madden 24. Now, starting off on the Steam Deck, let me grab my Windows 11 version here and we'll check that out first for Madden 24. This is where I figured after it didn't work on SteamOS, it would probably work here. Now, Madden 23 worked on SteamOS and Windows 11 just fine, but with the anti-cheat that Madden 24 has, it requires secure boot if you're on Windows 11, which the Steam Deck doesn't support. Apparently, if you have Windows 10 installed on your Steam Deck, it doesn't require secure boot, and you can actually get in and play. Now, I didn't want to put Windows 10 on here. I've got Windows 11 set up the way I want it to, so I didn't try that, but you could certainly try it if you wanted to. But yeah, Windows 11, definitely not going to play Madden 24 on the Steam Deck, which was unfortunate. Not something I typically run into. Now, taking a look at Madden over on SteamOS, again, this ran last year on Madden 23 just fine, but with the way things are set up now, it's a little bit different. So we'll take a look at that. And as far as like Proton layers and everything, I tried like at least a dozen different variations of GE Proton and all the stuff Valve has to offer, and nothing was able to launch the game with the anti-cheat with Wine and all of that. So after you try to get launched in, you'll get a little box pop up after it opens EA and everything, and just tells you Wine is not supported. Now, up to the time of putting this video up, there haven't been any patches or changes or updates with anything that's making any of this work that I'm aware of. If you guys ever run into anything, definitely share that in the comments, because it does suck that a lot of people aren't able to enjoy this on the Steam Deck this year when Madden 23 ran so well. Matter of fact, a lot of people were interested in that game. Even this video on my channel got 17,000 views in 11 months, and Madden 23 ran great, mostly 60 FPS, clean, easy to run on the Steam Deck. But not only are we not able to run Madden 24 on the Steam Deck this year, but its performance on the Ally, where I figured no problem 60 FPS, especially with the additional TDP power available, no, its performance is pretty rough. So let's go over and take a look at Ally. So jumping over here on the ROG Ally, we'll take a look at Madden 24, and of course it did launch here because we do have secure boot on Windows 11 without a problem here, and the game runs just fine. And you'll see EA gets started up, and once that happens, you'll see the actual EA anti-cheat come up, and everything is able to then load up just fine. So I haven't any problems on the ROG Ally as far as being able to launch the game and get into it. No workarounds, no issues. The problem is the game's performance, and it's not just on the Ally. On other lower end systems, I've tested a few different desktops and stuff. The performance of this game is pretty rough on PC right now, and hopefully they'll get it straightened out, because between transitions and cutscenes and different things, the dips in performance is pretty significant. Now, in order to get the game to run it all decently, I pretty much had to turn things all the way down for 1080p. Even 720 didn't make much of a difference for me, so I didn't really bother with it. But as you can see here, pretty much everything's down or turned off to give me the best options here. I tried higher settings, which just really made things a little bit worse. Medium was okay, but I think there's a lot of just optimization issues and CPU issues here. You'll see at 18 watts, we're able to kind of hold in the 30s, but the dips you'll get in transitions and cutscenes are pretty rough. It's not a game-breaking experience where you can't play the game, but you'll have times where you even go down to like 20 FPS, 16 FPS, and it can be a bit jarring. But then you get back into gameplay and you get back up to like your normal FPS. Tried out some 30 watt really quickly, and just while it's boosting from handheld mode, and I was able to get into 40s and 50s there until, again, cutscenes and transitions back down into the 20s. No matter how much juice I would throw at this thing, you'd get higher FPS in actual gameplay and even with higher settings, but as soon as you get into the system just asking for anything, or I guess loading anything in, or doing transitions, that's when things tank and you lose a ton of performance. We won't go from 50 FPS all the way down to 20 at different times. Now, 25 watts is very similar to 30. I just wanted to throw it up here. 40s and 50s most of the time, except for those times where, again, there's a lot going on and the system just tanks down and goes into the 20s. Sometimes we'll just do it at sporadic times that don't make sense during gameplay or replays as well. Like this one, we were at 47, then down to 21, up to 30. So it definitely struggles with a lot of this stuff. I think most of this would be game side that patches and fixes could come around for. But a lot of this performance is pretty rough. And again, I tried a lot of different settings, a lot of different TDP resolution, things like that, and really couldn't get the game to do much better. Definitely seems to be some issues there with that. At least the game is playable on the ROG Ally. I mean, there's some jarring things. You could lock to 30 FPS like I have here. It helps a little bit, but even at 25 watts or other settings, it still does dip down into the 20s and have its issues. So basically you can see what's happening here with Madden 24. So I don't know how it would run on deck anyway with this kind of optimization and issues that the game has, even if it would launch there. But it still is sad to me that we had such a great version last year that ran so well on the Steam Deck, and I imagine would have ran so well here on the Ally as well. And this year we have a version that we can't launch at all on Steam Deck with Windows or Steam OS, and we also have the version on PC here that in general just doesn't run great, even on other PCs I've tried it on, and has its issues. But again, you can play it on your Ally. So anyways, guys, that's Madden 24 right now on the handheld PCs. We'll keep an eye on it and see if it improves. Thanks a lot for coming to check out the video. Like always, I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.